The biggest challenge facing agents in 2020 is the MLS Fire Walls. It's keeping agents at a huge disadvantage. The MLS rules should be clear. Everybody should have equal access. I should have the same access as Realtor.com. My competitor should have the same access as Realtor.com. Either you give it to everybody or you cut it off to everybody. But picking and choosing is creating a huge disadvantage for agents, and it's costing the consumers billions in commissions right now.
You know, Steve, one of the things that we talk about whenever we do our presentations or bring in one of our tech companies, Real Geeks or Commissions Inc., is we talk about data is the new dollar. Data is so important, and when you don't have access to all of the data, and wouldn't you say that puts you at a competitive disadvantage as a broker
It's
here
a
locally?
it's a complete joke. And Gary Keller is starting to look at this too now, because remember he's supposed to have the Zillow killer? Well, the MLS firewalls are not allowing him to do that because he's a franchise. Redfin, Realtor.com, they have access to all these MLSs. And soon Quicken will have Rocket Homes, and they're going to have access to all these MLSs. And it puts the local franchises, it puts the local agent at a huge disadvantage that they cannot overcome.
Can we get a little bit? I want to get a little bit nerdy for a minute, because you know how much I love online marketing type stuff. So what does that mean if you have a website that only has certain amount of data versus these other ones? How does Google read these websites?
So my website, I don't care who you are, your website cannot compete on a hyper, that's the new term, everyone should go hyper local. You can't go hyper local because you're going to lose, because the Trulias and the Realtor.coms are going to beat you at that too, because they have access to the other MLSs nationwide. If I want access, I got to pay for Arizona, I got to pay for Houston. I think Houston's was 10 grand a year. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I'm a realtor. Why don't I have access to that? That's why NAR needs to step in, do a national MLS, give us all the same data. And NAR says they can't do that. Oh, that's not, I find that hard to believe, because they just told all the MLSs not to do pocket listings. So NAR can do that, and we need a national MLS. If we don't have a national MLS, then we need agents that, all the agents have the same access that Realtor.com and Trulia and all the other portals do.
Going into this next year, and I've seen some forecasts for 2020, I've heard people reference it as 2019 on steroids, with all the disruption and things happening with technology and everybody merging companies, and a lot of that is happening in our real estate industry. How imperative, and number one, how imperative is it that this would happen? Number two, how realistic would that even be possible?
Well, it's very easy to do. All they have to do is have one feed, one national MLS, or have all the feeds be the same. I mean, right now, if we want to get these feeds, we've got to go to ListHub, and that data is watered down. It's not good enough data in order to compete with these portals. And if you have enough money, like Redfin and soon Quicken, Rocket Homes, they have enough money to get over the firewalls. So if you have enough money, and only a few have 100 million, then you have to have 300 or 400 people working on the MLSs to translate the data to put on the portal. It's 2020. This can easily be done and put us all on a level playing field. This is a huge disadvantage. These MLS firewalls need to be torn down.
And then what ends up happening is a lot of these companies, they get to dictate what happens, what agents they want to use, give the leads to, the commission structures, referral fees. We're seeing it, we're probably right around the corner from Zillow Flex rolling out here. I mean, it's controlling the industry.
Yeah, these MLS firewalls are completely anti-competitive. We're going to be following up on this. This is going to be a hot topic coming up. I can guarantee you that.
Absolutely, we do. We have an event that's going to be coming up here in the next few weeks. Can't wait to share more on how you guys can survive, not only survive, but thrive in 2020 and beyond in this industry.